So welcome to Mastering the Shift. Now what does that mean? Well, you know what it is to master something. That means that you are going to put some time, some effort, some attention and focus into learning it, like getting a master's degree, where you spend hours learning something, days, months, years, learning and then putting it into practice. You do the practicum that brings you to the higher level of understanding. And the shift, of course, is the transformation that everybody's talking about, which we are really in the middle of experiencing right now. Something is not coming. December 21st, 2012 isn't a magical day on the calendar when all of a sudden everything's going to be different. We are literally, as human beings, right now, as you're watching me talk to you, experiencing a shift in the very DNA of your body from being a carbon-based, you might say earth-based human being into one who is vibrating at a faster frequency level. Now, what this means to the human form is that the light that we are, because we're composed of photons, you know those wonderful videos that you see on the internet where you can go in to the cells and into the body, and you see how there's space and space and space? That space that you're looking at that appears to be a vacuum, that appears to be empty, is really made up of photons, which we as kind of science-based premises call light. Well, there's more to photons than light, and yet at the same time that's how they manifest within this dimension. Now remember, a dimension is not a place you go to by jumping on a plane and going to the fifth dimension. A dimension is a conscious awareness of a different frequency. It's a frequency shift. So the shift you are experiencing right now is a shift in your consciousness, which means that you want to, and I know you do, master the ability to shift within your conscious awareness so that you become aware of yourself as the light that I was just describing. This is something that you can read about. It is something you can watch videos on. It is something you can go to workshops for. All of those various attributes and gifts of everyone who is bringing this information forward is wonderful. And yet, at the same time, none of it will do any good until you put in the practicum time, the time of experiencing what it is to shift in consciousness from being carbon-based, Homo sapien, walking on planet Earth, to the light being that is already present for you, within you, and you allow that focus to be the conscious focus of your awareness. That is what Mastering the Shift, the course, the Heartstorm course, is about. And I've created this separate website, the Heartstorm website, to hold these classes, these courses, that are designed to literally storm your heart. The heart is the strongest electromagnetic organ in your body. So it is creating within you a yearning, a desire to know yourself as an enlightened being. So it's sort of like the storm that just says, you know, pay attention, pay attention, pay attention. And it pushes and it tries to get your attention, and then all the day-to-day sort of distracts you. You know what I'm talking about. The heart storm itself is what is asking you to let yourself be immersed within the center. Think of a tornado, and you're in the center of that storming tornado, and you're paying attention to the centrifugal force that's going around and around and around. That's what's happening within you. And it's saying, please, 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 pay attention to me, and master the ability to be not only within the storm, but to be master of the storm, so that you begin to enlighten yourself. What is enlightenment? It is light within. Enlighten. So you are already enlightened. Now, if you will master your awareness of enlightenment, you will realize yourself as light. So Mastering the Shift contains 7, what I'm calling waves instead of chapters, because everything moves energetically as a wave. 7 waves of information from the physical body to the soul, to the self, to consciousness, to the light body, and back again, along with a ritual for each of the waves for you to experience yourself in a different attribute, a different aspect of this light that is you. When you complete this course, after you have completed the 7 waves, if you have spent the time to practice the rituals so they become a part of your daily life. They become something that you don't do when you don't have anything else to do. It is as much a part of your daily life as getting up and having breakfast and getting dressed. And when it becomes that much a part of your life, you will suddenly realize that you know yourself as light. And then what happens? Well, basically you run out of questions, because you realize that there is no more anything to question. There is no more anything to seek. There is no elusive truth out there that you don't know about or haven't been able to quite get a hold of. You are now a master of the shift. And when you hold the frequency of yourself as the master of the shift, what does that do for the whole? Well, we live in a divine hologram, right? One aspect of the hologram affects the whole hologram. So you're holding your conscious awareness as the source and form, as an enlightened being, then sends, literally transmits, this information into the whole, and the whole gets closer and closer and closer to that tipping point, sort of like the 100th monkey story, where everyone begins to remember themselves as the source and form, to remember, to put the pieces of the body back together, to remember. So I invite you to join me today in beginning this wonderful adventure for yourself that is very exciting, it is very inspirational, and at the same time, it has this sort of grace and ease to it that says, yes, I can master this because I already am a master. And all I have to do is remember my light, and then I will be that light in form. So sign up for Mastering the Shift, do the work, read the course material, immerse yourself in the rituals, and see yourself literally as the enlightened being you came to this earth to know yourself as. This dimension is all about experience, and the experience is always saying one thing through your heart, the voice of your soul. Are you having fun? Are you enjoying? Is this making you happy? I can guarantee you that. Master the shift, and happiness is yours infinitely.